Your old systems are outgrowing your actual current needs. You're actually making decisions based on the pipeline. There is a huge gap between what was there before and what they actually need. There are two instances of this account and they're both owners of it. Hey, Bertrams from Wintactics here. In this video, we're going to go over the 6 most common things we see when companies start to increase their sales count, they're growing, and what happens to their CRM. This is all based on our experience working with clients. All right, let's jump into it. So number 1, and this is a very common issue we see all the time, companies start to question if the CRM is worth keeping. So they might have picked up a random CRM or a CRM that they're familiar with or they know the brand name of when they started, and now it's not clear if that is the correct CRM for them to keep. Sometimes also, especially for object-based CRMs like Salesforce, Attio, Zoho, 20, we see companies also wanting to simply change the schema and really rework how the CRM works in terms of the objects, the relations between them, etc. In essence, a way to think about this is simple. Your old systems are outgrowing your actual current needs. This is where we come in. We help companies to pick the right CRM or to rework their existing one. Number 2, reporting goes from nice to have to must have. So this is super common as well. We see this all the time. When you are small, you have few salespeople, you don't really care about reports or dashboards being super accurate. As long as they're there, as long as you're seeing some information, it's okay, you can live with it. But the moment that you start to rapidly grow the team, you're actually making decisions based on the pipeline, based on the forecasts. And so this becomes extremely important. And we see there is a huge gap between what was there before and what they actually need and how much the data is being trusted by the leadership team. So it's a very common issue where dashboards and reports are just inaccurate, non-existent, and they really need to be worked on and they need to be solved, and they need to have someone own them and make sure that the company can rely on them, especially because you are making very important decisions based on this data. You're hiring all of these new people, you need to know what's happening. So this is a super common issue we see. Number 3, attribution becomes increasingly more important. Now, this is similar to the reporting issue, but it really goes to other areas of the business as well. So we see this all the time when companies now are scaling. They now need to attribute revenue to a channel. They need to attribute revenue to a specific campaign, initiative, etc. So you might be running events, paid ads, channel partners, inbound, outbound, right? And you really want to start to attribute each dollar and where exactly it came from. And it gets even more complex where you might need to have multi-touch attribution for different campaigns and different sources. We also see companies starting to really separate their type of sales motions. So you might have a company that has a product-led growth with some deals being touched by the salespeople. So then they want to separate these things and they really want to make sure that they are attributing the correct sales motion to the revenue. So another common thing that we see clients struggle with at this stage. Number 4, lead routing. So this is something that we see companies gradually improve. It's something that they need the moment that they have more than 3 sales reps, and it keeps on changing all the time. And so this is basically leads come in and you need to route them across your team. And sometimes we start with clients with very basic and very simple lead routing. You have Americas, Europe, APAC, that's it, right? And they grow their sales team. Now they ask us to segment based on the country. Next, they might have regions or states in the country, right? Then they might have multiple people in one state or in one region, and they want to have round robin with equal lead distribution across these sales reps. So this is something we see happen a lot, and it's usually something that requires a bit of time to really find the proper way to do this. And it's something that we see is one of those things that's constantly evolving and constantly being made into something new and adapted. Number 5, workflow patches become workflow depth. So this is, again, very common When you start on the CRM, workflows are amazing. You can assign leads, you can create tasks, you can create deals, you can do Slack notifications. But what ends up happening over the years is that you have a bunch of these workflows. So you might have 50 workflows and 3 of them might be changing the same property. So there's a huge mess. And usually there is a point in the CRM when you have to have a holistic view of your whole operation, what you're doing, how to rework it, how to structure it properly, and a proper architectural change or implementation. Because the workflows are just getting too messy. You might have workflows from months or years ago that no one remembers about, no one knows why they are there, but they're still doing things in the background and they might be messing things up. So this is a common thing we see, and usually we go and we audit them and we make the right workflows and we keep the right ones or we rework the whole architecture. And finally, number 6, deduplication becomes a core infrastructure. So when you're small, you can kind of live with duplicates. People know who owns what accounts and it doesn't really matter that much. When you scale, if you are scaling without having solved duplication, it really scales the whole mess of the organization. And you might have 2 sales reps who are working one account because there are 2 instances of this account and they're both owners of it. This is not just awkward for the people involved in the communications, the sales rep, the client. It's also awkward for the whole organization because reporting is now off. You have multiple deals. And this is not something that is very straightforward to fix because we have to do a historic cleanup of all of your duplicates. And then we also have to have rules, merges, etc. for how we're going to address things going forward. And so it's important to fix this sooner than later. You're going to have less of a mess and it's just going to be something that you will have to fix at one point anyway. So we always recommend to get this done sooner than later. All right, that's the 6 things. Thank you for tuning in. Would be great to hear your thoughts. Comment below or get in touch with me. Thank you.